Hey everyone, it's Libby from maighstirtarot. I'd like to acknowledge the Worimi First Nations people, that's WORIMI, and welcome to you, your guides, my guides in the universal energies, entertainment only. Okay, if you're actually, I feel incredibly good today considering. So I suspect me feeling a little bit off yesterday was probably due to the very long walking tour and the playgrounds and the ice cream parlours and the cafes and the etc that I had been to the day before with my family from the UK. Okay, so what do I want to have a look at in this particular reading? If you are like me, you are totally over the orange idiot in his regime at the moment. So I'm not real. I'm going to do just a very quick reading just to see how his birthday weekend goes. But just totally over it. I mean, apparently the Knicks owners come out and slammed Mamdani and the New York Police Department for being party poopers for putting in the security measure restrictions. That was because the orange idiot was going. It wasn't because of Mamdani and the New York Police Department. If they hadn't put those restrictions in, they would have been absolutely hammered. And and then of course you've got him carrying on the orange idiot. I just watched a very short on mute video of him in the Oval Office, very bruised on the back of his hand with raised veins as well. So very telling there. I was surprised he actually had them on top of the table. Normally he's got them hidden underneath. So, but oh gosh, he was carrying on about the helicopters that had been downed in Persia. I'm not, was it one or two? I thought I heard two, but maybe it was just the one, and the crew have been rescued, etc. I'm not going to look at that. Like you, it's just, oh, Palouse, same monkeys, different day. So what I'm going to do is instead I am going to have a look at how his birthday weekend's going to go. This one's only going to be a short video. If I'm not on tomorrow, I am going to lunch with a gorgeous girlfriend that I haven't caught up with for ages tomorrow for lunch. But if I get called up for grandma duties in the morning, I won't be on tomorrow. So if I'm missing in action, don't be too alarmed. And then if that's the case, then I'll come back on again on the weekend and see what's happening. And I always work on things that happen how they're meant to. Oh, yes, and thank you for those that let me know. Hunter Biden had been married to his second wife in 2019. And apparently she is just an amazing woman, and he credits her for him staying sober. And what else? What else? Oh, Kia. Kia is, I believe, Sniffy Jr.'s daughter, so the granddaughter on that side. I was thinking daughter, but then I put in Kia Kushner, and there's a Kia Kushner on social media, so I went on a bit of a tangent, but anyhow, the Knicks game. So using the Sci-Fi Tarot, it's a great deck. I've got the Crow Tarot out as well, just in case I need to. So let's have a quick look. Really interestingly, last night, one of the key streaming movies at the moment is if you haven't seen it, it's an old movie called The Interpreter, starring Nicole Kidman and Sean Penn. Oh, that's a really interesting movie. I thought, oh, that's very poignant for the moment. And it is about a dictator, president, prime minister, whatever you like to call it, who was overheard plotting, but then ended up getting arrested and recommended to the International Criminal Court for crimes against humanity. So I thought that was actually really interesting, and that was The Interpreter. It's based at the UN in New York. So I just thought that was kind of interesting that it was based in New York, based in the US, and what two cards were those? Two of Cups and Seven of Cups. So okay, illusion, delusion, and working together. Smoke and mirrors. La La Land, perhaps. What else is the Seven of Cups? Is seven weird, wild, and wonderful illusions to dazzle and distract your mind. And then the Two of Cups. And if you have a look at these Two of Cups, these figures are trapped in these what looks like light bulbs, glass encasement. So just going to put that out there. And while I was talking about war crimes and international criminal court. But okay, let's get back onto it. The birthday weekend. How is it going to go for the orange idiot? How's it going to go for the orange idiot? Let's have a look. Got two cards that fell out while I was talking about it. Let's have a look. I'll keep shuffling till they tell me to stop. And you want that one on the top. Okay, come on down. These two cards fell out when, as soon as I asked. You've got the King of Pentacles. This is he had it all. What he did with it changed the universe. Absolutely, not necessarily for the better. So apparently the orange idiot's rah-rahing about how wonderful inflation is, only because it benefits the 0.01%. In regards to increasing the value of assets while depreciating the value of a loan. But yeah, he had it all is the signifier, the King of Pentacles, but its challenge is the Five of Swords. So he had it all, but the slaughter of the Green Man. Did Argon the Destroyer go too far? Oh dear. I'm going to use the traditional meaning of the Five of Swords there, which is very much about abuse of power over the top, narcissism, etc. The win at any cost, except that you've got the figures walking away in the background because, yes, did go too far. Went too far. Okay. How's this birthday weekend going to go? The Knight of Cups. Oh dear. I just have to laugh at the imagery here. The Knight of Cups, it's very much about a false knight, but it's a Trojan horse, thinking it's all going to be wonderful, everybody loves me, but this looks very much like a self-adoration here. Oh dear. In the past, the Four of Pentacles is the hoarded secrets. The question is why, but the Four of Pentacles is also about keeping plans hidden, keeping something hidden, holding on to the money, grifting like you wouldn't believe. So what's Sniffy Junior's now out pushing the publicity for a cage fight coin or something that's got the felon's face on it. $12,000, thank you very much, per coin. The ringside seats, etc., or just the seats that they're selling, the merch that they're selling for the cage fight. I could put, I would bet pounds to peanuts that none of that money's going into the Treasury. None of it's going to the upkeep of the White House. It's all going to be pocketed. So the Four of Pentacles, this is very much about how we can grift, how we can make more money to hoard it. Crowning the reading, we got the Queen of Swords. Okay, so how's this weekend going to go? How's this birthday weekend going to go? She knows what must be done and she isn't afraid to do it. Okay, so who is this Queen of Swords here? Queen of Swords is historically my Harris card, but it doesn't necessarily mean it's Harris. What I've heard is that all the invites went out to please come to my birthday party, and all the rejections got sent back. And you're talking about Hollywood types and famous people, billionaires, etc., that aren't on the grift train. But this Queen of Swords, okay, she knows what needs to be done and isn't afraid to do it. I wonder who this Queen of Swords is bringing this truth forward. Ooh, Queen of Wands, again, more feminine energy. I think this one is this Susie Wiles? I was going to read on her resigning, but that seems to have gone very flat. So it's just sitting there waiting in the wings. Again, feminine energy, bringing forward a message. Also, though, for me, queens are action that's taken or planning behind the scenes, or action that's taken behind the scenes. Kings are the public one, queens are the private version. And Queen of Swords, so sort of truth, sort of harsh truth at times, sort of strategy, can also be a behind the scenes medical professional, because the swords is about scientific as well. So this could be, how's this weekend going to go? Over this weekend is this requirement for behind the scenes medical care. Queen of Wands, a new plan being prepared, not presented, but prepared. And you've got the all-seeing cat here, the cat that knows, the cat that lets the information out. What have we got here? This is the Swords, Eight of Swords, restriction, restricted for some reason, exiled and left for dead. Yeah, the Eight of Swords. Okay, this could be a health restriction or a legal restriction of some kind. There has been a court case brought out to basically say, because it's public land, the cage fight, and there was no approval given for the cage to be installed, erected. I mean, if you have a look at the before photographs, it was a beautiful lawn with a fountain in the middle and trees. Now it just looks like the backyard of the local car hoarder. You know, the rusty car hoarder. Oh, anyhow, so Eight of Swords, some sort of restriction. Could be medical or could be legal. How's this weekend going to go? Page of Wands, an announcement being made. New information being brought forward. How's it going to go? Three of Cups and the hopes and fears, the celebration of the uber wealthy. This is in the hopes. So in the hopes, it's sort of, I mean, it looks like the Mar-a-Lago plastic factory having their champers, but the outcome, you've got the Lovers. Supposed to be storms as well on the day of the cage fight. Really hot, high humidity and storms. Yeah, I really want to be in a metal cage if that's going to happen. So we've got the Lovers there, some sort of, their passion brought war to the galaxy. The Nine of Pentacles, the luxury at the end of the world. So contracts and agreements in this lap of luxury. And then we've got the Two of Wands, a decision that needs to be made. Seven of Pentacles, choices that cannot be harvested. The Seven of Cups, the delusion card again. And then we've got the Knight of Swords, a harsh reality. And then the Page of Cups, something unexpected out of left field. Okay, so I'm not seeing the major health event. I've always got it that I read it right at the beginning of May or before the beginning of May, and I had the 3 full moons, which takes us to the full moon in June. So there's not a health event, but it looks like something is not going to go to plan. So let's have a look at the cage fight, because apparently the fighters themselves are not interested. So the musicians pulled out, the fighters pulled out, the RSVPs are not attending. Is the cage fight going to go ahead? How's his birthday going to go? Remember his last birthday and it was squeak, squeak with the tank? Oh my goodness. Is this going to top the squeaky tank? Is the cage fight going to go ahead? Is the cage fight going to go ahead? Three of Pentacles, hard work going on behind the scenes to try and bring it together. A lot of money involved. But then we've got that Eight of Swords again, restricted. Ace of Cups, cleansing and emotional overwhelming, something new coming forward. And then there's the King of Pentacles. What he had, it all. What he did with it changed the universe. Is the cage fight going to go ahead? Six of Cups, naivety. The Nine of Pentacles, the luxury. The Six of Pentacles, changing hands. Star and the Fool. So the this I don't think it's going to, or he's going to be, whatever happens, he's going to look a fool. I mean, as if he could look even more foolish, but this is very much about the narcissist, the star of the show. It's my birthday, I'll cry if I want to, that sort of thing. Looking the fool and the Two of Wands because they have to come up with a different plan. And then the Hermit, and then the Moon. Okay, and the Seven of Wands on the back foot trying to defend. So restriction. It may simply be the weather means that it's not going to go ahead, or it's going to go ahead in an abridged form, or the fighters are sort of like F class or whatever. Two of Wands, having to come up with a different plan. The Hermit, having to step back. Then we've got the Moon, the insanity, but also the secrets being revealed, but could also be an insanity moment. And then we've got the Seven of Wands, cornered and having to try and defend. Got the Nine of Cups, be careful what you wish for. Oh, Goldfinger ended up killing everybody when they touched them, Midas touch. Everything he turns to SHIT. Then we've got the Page of Wands, some sort of announcement coming out, the Three of Cups again, and then Judgment, and then some sort of restriction. The Lovers, the Tower, the Five of Pentacles out in the cold. Ten of Wands, overreach, Ace of Pentacles, Wheel of Fortune, Death. Oh, gosh. So whatever this agreement was for his birthday for the cage fight, got the Tower card, got the Five of Pentacles out in the cold, banished. You've got the Ten of Wands, the overreach, but the inability to get the plan to its final destination. The Ace of Pentacles, having to come up with a new option. Also the money that changes hands, but the Wheel of Fortune turning, and Death ending. I can't get away from feeling that this weekend, if you thought the Squeaky Tank was a flop, this weekend's going to be even worse. And the really awful part is it's not that he degraded or they had to protect the roads or something. He's destroyed the White House to do this. I've always seen the White House will end up as a museum, basically because it's been so desecrated, and to try and put it back together again is just an absolute nightmare. I'll just grab a couple of cards from the Crow Tarot and have the quickest of looks. Why not? Because the Crow Tarot is here. This is sent to me by one of my lovely viewers. So thank you so much for that. Let's have a look. Do some shuffling. How's the Orange Idiot's birthday weekend going to go for the Orange Idiot? How is his birthday weekend plans? How are his birthday weekend plans going to go? How's his birthday weekend plans going to go? Now, for the rest of us, it's just about be flexible, be aware. Those of us that go with the flow and can delve into our creativity and not be surprised by anything that happens, we are the ones that will come out of this empowered and inspirational. Okay, what have we got? There's the Ten of Wands again. Overreach, too far, but it's an ending with an inability to get this chaotic mess to its destination. The Three of Swords, oh dear. Heartbreak, loss, despair, but he could even have a vascular event. The Ace of Swords and the Five of Swords. How's this weekend going to go? It's not going to go well for him. Ten of Wands, Three of Swords, Ace of Swords, Five of Swords for the Emperor. And the Judgment card, going to face judgment. It's not going to go well for him. Just seeing what's on the bottom. You've got the Eight of Pentacles, hard work going on behind the scenes, but then you've got the Five of Cups, the loss, regret, the emotional disappointment. Yep. How's it going to go? You thought the squeaky tank was bad. Wait for the cage fight. Oh, man. Oh, dear. Let's see how it plays out. Okay. Love to you all. Yes, they're still talking about the turnpike. I'll let you know when the turnpike thing happens. Sorry to get your hopes up in regards to the game, but we'll see how it goes. Okay, catch you shortly. Take care. Love to you all. Stay flexible, be flexible and aware. Bye-bye.